Speaking of things that I recommend, you ready for that? That's a perfect segue into Nina Turner. She gave an interview on MSNBC. This first part, you don't need to watch it. Trust me, I did it for you. But I want to play this second and third video because, one, I just love Nina Turner. And then also, this is how she's being treated on MSNBC, which is pretty interesting, right? This is pretty interesting. Of course, MSNBC has aired probably at least 100 of hit pieces against this woman. So it's interesting that she's getting a nice interview here. So let's watch.
They might come down to...
Of course, for those of you that don't know, she is running for Ohio's 11th Congressional District. Pretty good stuff.
An executive order, particularly if the Republicans still control the Senate. You called voting for Joe Biden like eating a bowl of sugar honey iced tea, I'll say, but you know what I'm talking about. How will you work with this administration after being so vocally critical about them during the campaign?
In that moment, Tiffany, you know, I was just thinking about the suffering of people. And so sometimes I can, you know, I'm a hell-raising humanitarian, and sometimes I can be a little brazen at times, but no one can question my integrity for standing up for the people. And in that moment, I was just thinking about the suffering of people, the lack of health care, and especially in a pandemic where we know we absolutely need to have universal health care in this country. You know, folks not having clean water. It was those kinds of things that were swirling in my head and my mind at the time. But that does not mean disagreement, does not mean you can't work with someone. I want to give a very real example of the vice president.
I just want to say this part of the interview is very good. So she's immediately asked about like her negative comments against the new president-elect, which, you know, can be pretty, you know, that's shocking. You know, someone might see that and go like, this bitch is crazy. She hates Biden, right? And she did a great job. No, Max, don't go down there. She did a great job of kind of deflecting that whole thing. Kind of like, you know, just, Max, don't go down there, buddy. You're going to break my desk if you go down there. Don't do that. She did a great job of deflecting and moving it on toward like, yeah, I care about the people. And yes, I will criticize certain politicians if they don't do things for the people. It makes her look authentic and I like it. Max, I swear to God, if you don't behave, I'm going to put you in timeout. No. This fucking dog. Anyway, let's continue.
An elect. We all may recall that during a debate, she really called out Vice President Biden's
This part's great, by the way.
Particularly saying, I was that girl. And but now she is the vice president-elect. So that's just one example of how you can have fierce disagreement with somebody. You can go hard with somebody, or ham, as the young people say, and still be able to work with people. And I have a proven record of doing that. Tiffany, I declare today that I am willing and will and can work with anybody that is willing to stand up for the least of these, the poor, the working poor, and the barely middle class in this country.
So comparing her criticisms of Biden to Kamala Harris's criticisms of Biden, really good like strategy there. And I think that she's handling this interview very well. And again, you know, I don't know when the special election is quite yet. But, you know, it's going to be probably in like 2 months-ish, I think, is usually when these special elections, you know, play out. So I'm going to continue here.
That is why I'm running to serve. And the recalcitrance that you bring up of the Republicans really has been the biggest barrier to the opportunities that we must provide for the people of this great nation.
So when I told people I was talking to you today, there are people in the district even, you've been really critical of the Democratic Party as well. And a lot of people tweeted me and DM'd me and wanted to ask, are you a Democrat?
Again, I know, but like, I know this is such a dumb fucking question. I know. Are you a Democrat? I know, right? I know. Like, the idea is Kamala Harris not a Democrat? Well, she criticized Joe Biden. That means she's not a Democrat, right? Like, it's such a dumb fuck argument. I know. But watch Nina Turner handle this with utmost clarity.
Well, let's see. Let's check the receipts. Because my loyalty, Tiffany, overall, is to the people that I have served and that I will continue to serve, and not necessarily to a party. And those things.
Whoops. Okay.
Another example, exclusive. Yes, being a part of the Democratic Party is important, but having a vision that provides provision for the people and being willing to stand up. If being a Democrat means acquiescing, then that's a different thing. Working with somebody and being able to hold people accountable, two different things. So let's talk about the receipt. Cleveland City Councilwoman, Democratic Party. Ohio State Senator, Democratic Party. Democratic nominee for Secretary of State in 2014, Democratic Party. Delegate to the DNC for first Senator Barack Obama and then President Barack Obama twice, 2008 and 2012. So, yes, I am a Democrat. I will continue to hold my party accountable. And that is the great tradition of this country. Another example, Tiffany, our ancestors have fought in every war in this country. Just as they fought to preserve this country, they also challenged this country when it came to how we were being treated or mistreated, if you will. So those two things, both serving in and serving with, but also challenging to do better, they go hand in hand. They are not mutually exclusive.
Right. And the people.
So that was like, again, like the whole like idea, right? That like the tribalistic kind of aspect, right, is just bizarre. It's bizarre, right? But again, like as she says, she lists out all of her credentials being like, the idea that someone's going to cancel Nina Turner for not being a real Democrat is honestly ludicrous. Like with Bernie Sanders, he is not a Democrat. He is an independent, and that's a whole different thing. But the thing is here is that like she's also weaving in Barack Obama, like, you know, she was a delegate for him and stuff like that, right? So she's doing a really good job of appealing to that kind of like person, that base of like, I'm a Democrat, I'm proud of that, and she's doing a good job.
The party doesn't define the people. So, Nina, I have to tell you, I have like 8 more questions for you, but we're running out of time, so please promise you'll come back, because I think these conversations are so helpful, and I appreciate you joining me this morning.
Went through a hurricane together. I heard that rumor that you and Jeff Johnson went through a hurricane together.
We did, that's right. I was Jeff Johnson's producer. We literally drove through Louisiana together during a hurricane. I've been in this business a long time, Nina. That was like 10 years ago. I can confirm that vicious rumor.
There you go. Anyway, I don't really care about the post conversation. I'm sorry. But anyway, Nina Turner going at it, doing a really good job. There's this like brand of like dumb, like, and when I say dumb, I mean like dumpster sludge. Like, you know, like dumpster sludge, right? Like on the inside of a dumpster, when you scrape your, like imagine this is a dumpster, right? And you scrape the side of the dumpster and then sniff your finger. That's dumpster sludge, right? So there's this like kind of dumpster sludge leftist attitude where it's like, how dare she run as a Democrat? I hate Democrats. They cheated Bernie out of the primaries, so Democrats are evil. And if you run as a Democrat, you're evil. And like, dude, if any of those freak shows are following me, please shut the fuck up. Please shut the fuck up. Nobody likes you. You're insufferable. You're a loser. You're not a leftist. You're a tribalist, nonsensical individual, right? She's running in a heavily Democratic district, and she's got like less than 2 months to campaign. Like, bitch, motherfucker, pay the fuck attention to the dynamics of this fucking country. You think Nina Turner is gonna run as an independent with in a special election where she's got like 5 weeks to fucking canvass during a pandemic where she can't, like, how dumb are you? How dumb are you? If you're one of those people and you're following me, please either unfollow me or stop being dumb. Those are my 2 requests. But either way, I support Nina Turner for Congress. Obviously, I don't live in Ohio, but if you do, hit that shit up. That's good stuff. But yeah, there you go. Love it.